We seek refuge in God from the ousted Satan. In the name of God, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Peace and salutation upon Prophet Muhammad and his progeny. Welcome to Quran and Today's Life. Very warm welcome to you, all viewers and audience, for this episode of this program. As you know, today we are going to talk about the Holy Quran and exegesis of the Holy Quran and a commentary. And we have invited one of the prominent scholars from Islamic Seminary of Qom, who is called Professor Hujjatul Islam wal Muslimin, Abbas Ali Barati. We have the honor to receive him today here and talk about this very important issue, as we are going to raise many questions regarding this issue. Assalamu alaikum, Professor, and thanks for your time joining us to this episode of this program. And I would like you to have your introductory words for the viewers. Thank you.
Wa alaikum salam. Salutations to you, my dear host, and also the viewers of the program. Dear viewers of the program, I hope that we have some informative time with them in this program. Inshallah.
Thank you very much indeed, and may God be pleased with you. As I said at the beginning of the program, today we're going to talk about this important topic about the commentary of the Holy Quran, the exegesis of the Holy Quran. And we would like to find out, is it possible for everyone to understand the deep meaning of the Holy Quran, the verses of the Holy Quran? Because as you know, if someone knows Arabic, so the words and the verses are simple to read and understand the meaning. But is it just enough, or we need to go and profound the meaning? Thank you.
Thank you very much for this very decisive question, which is popular, and a lot of people have this question in mind. And the answer is like this. Quran is like one sea or ocean. It's very deep in meaning. Everybody can take advantage of Quran. But based on their abilities, based on their talents, based on their specialities and expertises, they can understand more and more from Quran. The meaning of Quran is limitless, but the limit and limitation is for minds of people. Those who don't have any speciality, they have little understanding and advantage from Holy Quran. I can bring one example for you here. For instance, we have books of law in legal studies.
Jurisprudence, you mean?
Jurisprudence, or even civil law, secular law, which people study in the universities.
Different fields, you mean?
And for example, legislative forces, parliaments prepare them, judges, they use them. So if a simple person who has no speciality or has a speciality in other fields, goes and studies these books, he can understand something, but cannot solve the problem totally, properly, because it is not his major or her major. Her major is another thing, or he has no speciality. But if you give this book to an expert in law, then they can use it properly, they can understand it deeply, because they have a familiarship, a speciality, knowledge, background about this matter.
So,
and also books about other fields of knowledge, like medicine, medical sciences. If you give a book of medical science to a person which is not in this field of study, they can understand something. It does not mean that they don't understand at all. They understand, but little understanding, little advantage of it. But if you give it to the students of medicine, or to medical doctors, or to experts of this branch of knowledge, which are physicians, then they can understand it properly. So Quran has different surfaces and levels. A very simple surface of it is possible for everybody to understand it. A superficial and a simple meaning of it for ordinary people, simple people. But if you want to dive deeply in the sea and ocean, You need more specialities, more skills, more knowledges to be able to go very deep and have more advantages.
So, excuse me, sir, if it's the case, so a person wants to understand the Holy Quran, he has to study a lot before, understanding the verses. So this one, I can say, sorry, but how can be usable for us? So
I told you, for example, in the sea, some people can swim in the sea, but in the places that it is not very deep. But some of the swimmers are able to swim further offshore inside the sea or ocean. Even some of them, they are able to cope with the waves when the sea is stormy. Depends on abilities and skills and talents of those who practice it and deal with it. Quran has capability. Quran has capacity for everybody. So it does not mean that Quran is not useful or meaningful for people. I mean, it has different levels of meaning, different depth of meaning. Every depth and every level is special to the convenient person. So it means that if somebody understands something from Quran, cannot think that this is the absolute meaning of Quran, and there is no deeper meaning in the same verse or in the same word or in the same phrase of Quran. No, there are deeper meanings, and we have received it from our infallible Imams and the Holy Prophet of of Islam. He says that the Quran has 7 surfaces, and every surface has 70 surfaces. So don't think that if you dived, for example, in some depth, it is finished, and you have reached to the ultimate of the meaning of Holy Quran.
But excuse me, sir, I don't know if I bring this example, is it going to despise the Holy Quran or downgrade it or not? But I just want to bring an example to find out the reality behind the Holy Quran and the exegesis of the Holy Quran. You see, when some companies, they release some products, so they will give you some booklets. And beside this booklet, someone is, describing it, because the booklet sometimes is not helping you, because when you go through or come across to it, so you cannot go deeply to it. So is it, the same with the Holy Quran?
Exactly. Even you choose the very good example in this regard. I want to say this and deliver and express my greetings to you, because you brought very good example. Because the catalog or the booklet which they give to the users, it is for those users who are familiar with this machine or with this device. It is not for children, for example, or for people who don't know at all about the usage of this. Even some of the booklets are for engineers. They are not for simple users. But some of the booklets are for simple users. Some of the booklets are for those who did not see this device at all. And this is the first time they are dealing with it. They want to become familiar with it. Some of them are for experts. For example, a camera. A camera, maybe there are some informations about people, ordinary people, who want to know what is usage of it. There are deeper informations about those who want to use it as, for example, what do you say, amateurs. And also there are deeper information for those who want to use it as a skillful, for example, filmmaker, and like that. So, but Quran has all of the booklets in one, but in different levels of meaning. So everybody who arrives to Quran, even those who are enemy of Quran, even those who are far from culture of Quran, they belong to other cultures, other religions, even they have specialities in pure sciences, not in religious sciences, Arabic, Islamic sciences. All of them can take advantage of Quran.
Okay.
But they cannot claim or be sure that this is the total meaning of Quran, the whole meaning of Quran. Wholeness, they cannot claim it. But also, they won't come back with empty hands. They will understand something. Even sometimes right, sometimes wrong. By anyhow, It is for understanding. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warns us that if you want to have a reliable meaning of Quran, you should do this and this and this, and you need to interpreters, you need to the Prophet as a symbol, as a model who executes and practices this Quran. Here are theories and practices you should find in the Prophet, because there are some theoretical aspects and there are some practical aspects. Theoretical aspects you can find from Quran, but practical aspects you should find a person who completely practiced this Quran and shows you that and behaves it, because fulfillment of Quran, practice of Quran, implementation of Quran is a behavioral science. And in behavioral science, we need patterns, we need symbols, which they practice it and let us know the issue through the practice, not only through the theories and words. It is not possible to understand. For example, like teaching, for example, driving of an airplane, or to be a pilot of an airplane. It is not possible to only read a book and know how to, for example, lead an airplane, a jet airplane, like, for example, Boeing.
Of course.
You need to hours and hours, maybe hundreds, thousands of hours of practice. A part of it you see how others do, how other pilots do, and a part of it you do personally, in person. You do it and practice it. Then they give you a license that you can be pilot of this model of the airplane in, for example, airlines.
Okay, sir, but if it's the case, why we have some narrations, they have emphasized, Muslim, they have to recite Holy Quran. So first of all, as we see this and we face it, we don't know the deep meaning of the Holy Quran. So what is the beneficial here? What is the advantage here? We just recite the Holy Quran unless we don't know anything about it. Just what is the beneficial here?
People who don't know at all about Quran and only they can recite it without any understanding of meaning, they have very little advantage. Only they have the advantages which are from the words and from the effects of words which are hidden in Quran. But those people who know simple translation of Quran, they have more benefits and prosperities. Those who know tafsir and exegesis of it, they have more and more. Even people who have a superficial meaning of Quran in mind, any time, every time, they repeat recitation, the same verse or the same chapter of Holy Quran, not only they receive barakah, they receive reward, and they receive the influences and effects of Quran for recitation and hearing of Quran. Even when they don't know the meaning, there are some effects and some influences. But even in regard of meaning, every time which they read the same verse, for sure they will understand new things. And this is told by our Imams and by the Prophet himself, peace be upon him, and his progeny, that Quran never becomes old or out of time. Any time you read it, it brings for you new meanings or new aspects of the same meaning. Okay. Or in any changing time, in any new situation or condition, when you read Quran, you can find new usages and new meanings for it in this new condition.
Okay, thank you, sir. But just hold on here. Let's go for a short break and intermission. We'll be back again. Okay, dear audience, please be patient. We'll be back again after a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back to Quran and Today's Life. As you are chasing this program so far, you know, we are talking about the Holy Quran and the exegesis of the Holy Quran. And we reached to this point about if we read the Holy Quran, just a text, so how is it? We have to know about this. So we are with Hujjatul Islam wal Muslimin, one of the prominent scholars of Islamic Seminary of Qom, Hujjatul Islam wal Muslimin, Barati. So let's go back to him and know more about this topic. Okay, sir, you were talking about this very important issue that, you know, if we recite the Holy Quran and just read about it, so we may find some advantage and beneficial from this. So I would like to ask this question. Is it like that if we read the Holy Quran and we don't know the deep meaning and the profound meaning of the Holy Quran, is it, you know, brings us some questions and then later on we're going to go to find out the very deep meaning of this or something else? Would you elaborate and let us know about this case?
For sure. Even I want to say that for those who don't know at all about Quran, about meaning of Quran, and only they hear the voice, it has some effects. And we have people who converted to Islam only because they have heard recitation of Holy Quran. And the type of music and the type of symphony, melody that Quran has, it is talking also. And it will talk with the hearts, with the emotions, with the souls. And it is even experienced. Not only it is sure and it is our belief, but even it is experienced. That for those people who came from very far areas, didn't know Arabic at all, didn't know about Islam and Quran, only they heard, they wanted to know about it, as you say, and came and asked, what is this? They told Quran, they told, we are attracted to it and we want to convert to this religion. Rather than people who know Arabic, who know exegesis, and they notice to the meaning and they look at it as the word of God and the message of God, which is directly addressed to man. So they have more benefits and advantages. And it is told that you should read Quran and you should listen to Quran as direct message from God. Then if the person puts himself or herself in this situation, in this atmosphere, and considers that God is talking with him or her by these words, so how much it is useful, how much it is influential in the field of mysticism, in the field of morality, spirituality, and education, and organizing the life, organizing the behavior of mankind. Even we had criminal people, worst type of criminal people who listened to one verse of Quran and were changed totally and became some of the mystic people and some of the servants of God. It is famous about Ayaz, one of the mystic leaders in Islam, that he was a thief in the beginning, and one night when he was climbing wall of one house to go there for stealing and robbery, then he heard a voice of Quran and recitation of Holy Quran from inside the house, and for a moment he stopped even on the top of the wall and listened, and the reciter was reciting this verse, أَلَمْ يَأْنَ لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَلَمْ يَأْنَ لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَن تَخْشَأَ قُلُوبُهُمْ لِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ. So he noticed and stopped 1 minute, told, yes, this is the time.
So what is the meaning of this verse?
The meaning of this verse is, isn't yet the time for those who believe in God to let their hearts become soft and to become obedient to God? Then he told, why not? It is the time. From this moment, I repent to God and refute to God and leave all of the types of crimes and become a very good Muslim, and do all of the good deeds and abandon all of the bad deeds, violation to rights of others, endangering others' dignities and security and rights. So I abandon them at all, and become a person who takes care of rights of others, right of God, and change my way of life. So in different levels, even those who don't believe in Quran, even those who are not obedient to it, or even those who deny it, when they hear it, they are influenced by it, they are somehow impressed by it, and they are changed. And even maybe some of them are becoming more angry.
Really?
And this is another effect. Like people of this time, those who want to burn Quran or to fight Quran or curse Quran, when they hear about Quran and words and verses of Quran, they become angry. Even some of them, they become more hostile, more aggressive to faithful people, to good people, to servants of God, and this is another effect.
Why it becomes like this? They read some verses of the Holy Quran and they start burning it. So, what is the causality here?
Because they understand fairly, justly, that this Quran is against all types of tyranny and aggression and injustice, and it is giving inspiration to people how to stand in front of injustice and aggression, and equips them, not only inspires them, but even equips them, even organizes them, even leads them to this. And this is against their wills and against their intentions, because they want to suppress people, they want to oppress them, they want to continue their crimes, and this Quran is taking the opportunity from them and depriving them from means and methods and devices of suppression and aggression to others. So this Quran is even alone is a leader, is a revolutionary leader for suppressed people, oppressed people, and making them powerful and giving them courage in front of those who are oppressing people.
Okay, so we can say one type of people or sort of people, they have this manner or this, we can say, way they confront Holy Quran. So is it not, some people, they are ignorant about this and they do not go profound to this and deeply understand, and just they have taken one verse and did not go to know the previous meaning and the next meaning. So that's why they say, okay, Quran is the book of something, we can propagate hostility and bloodshedding and so on and so forth. So would you please elaborate about this? Because the first one you have elaborated and it was nice. So how about this case?
For sure, in regard of ordinary people, common people, typical people, yes. Later, when they understand intents of Quran, goals and aims of Quran, they change their attitude towards Quran and believe in it and support it, like it happened in early days of emergence of Islam. First of all, a lot of people opposed it and showed hostility and hatred towards it, but later they were changed. They came back and apologized and followed Quran. But for those aggressors who were the leaders or the prominent leaders of aggression, of injustice, of being, for example, infidels, for those who were leading atheists in a dictatorship, they were not changed. Like, for example, Pharaoh, and even some of them, they had to surrender apparently because they lost all of their instruments and all of their followers. They had no chance, no way but to follow Quran apparently, but they had hypocrisy. They were hypocrites. They did not believe in Quran really. These are the rare people who are dictators of the time, real dictators. But others, ordinary people, little by little they discover, they understand that there is no real reason for hostility against this Quran, because this Quran is coming to help them, to revive them, to give them life, يا أيها الذين آمنوا استجيبوا لله وللرسول إذا دعاكم لما يحييكم. O people who believed, please listen and answer to God and His Prophet, because they want to revive you. They want to give you another life, a better life, a life with dignity, with justice, with welfare, with power, security, immunity. So when they discover it, ordinary people, masses, public, when they understand it, they change their attitude towards Quran. But those who are really the organizers of all of the crimes, all of the oppressions, and imperialism and dictatorship, some of them, like Pharaoh, they don't want to change their manner and attitude. And to the last moment of life, they never change their manner, their behavior. These people always are angry from Quran, and they are never changed. But ordinary people, in the beginning, because of those propaganda and wrong information coming to them, in the beginning, they resist towards Quran. They show hostility and hatred and enmity towards Quran. But later, when you explain for them, when you make it clear for them that these are the goals and aims of Quran, these are real teachings of Quran, not only this verse, please put it in the puzzle and look at the system which Quran brought for the mankind, then they understand and change manner and behavior towards.
Thank you very much. It was very nice to hear from you this kind of information about the Holy Quran, and attracts us more to Holy Quran to go profound in the meaning and find out what is the insight, of the Holy Quran. So thanks for watching us, and I hope to follow us in next episode of this program. We're going to talk about this matter and topic about the exegesis and commentary of Holy Quran. And we thank all of you, and I hope to follow us in next session of this program. Till then, bye.